All right, we are going to be using Desmos to construct an equilateral triangle using AB as one of the sides. We're also going to do these other ones, but I think I'm going to split up all these videos. So get to this slide right here. So we're going to construct an equilateral triangle. So when we say this word construct, we're not saying draw and we're not saying sketch, okay? This is me sketching an equilateral triangle. Looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good. But if I took a ruler to this and started measuring things, I'm going to guarantee that this is not an equilateral triangle. So when we say the word construct, we actually mean like construct it. So it's got to be true. Okay. So we're using, in the physical world, we would be using a compass and a straight edge. A compass is that pointy Sharpie tool that you guys have all used. But because we're in the land of technology, we're going to be using Desmos. So we're going to be constructing an equilateral triangle using AB, this segment here, as one of the sides. So jump over here to slide 3. And there's a bunch of tools that we're going to be using. Before we do that, we need to define what the heck an equilateral triangle is. So I'm going to write it over here. What's an equilateral triangle? What do you know about an equilateral triangle? Very good. Number 1, all sides, oops, I'm typing nowhere. All sides are congruent. Okay, so someone said all sides are equal. I'm going to change that word to congruent. The reason why I'm using the word congruent is when we describe sides and we're talking about sides, we're going to use the word congruent. If I'm talking about the length of the side, like how many miles this is, then I can say the lengths are equal. Okay, so do you see the difference there? I'm going to keep saying that difference over and over again, just so that you know when to use congruent. Congruent is you're using it on objects, you're using it on segments, on angles, on triangles, on polygons. You do not use the word congruent with numbers. Equal, you only use equal when you're talking about some kind of value, right? I wouldn't say this $10 bill is equal to these, this, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's equal to this pack of gum, right? I wouldn't say that. I could say that the value of this gum is equal to, I think it was $5. It wasn't $10. That's a lot. Okay. So it has all sides are congruent, very good, and it has all angles congruent. So if you didn't know that, write that somewhere. All congruent angles. So there's a couple different ways that you can build this. I'm just going to go off of the way that makes the most sense to me. Okay. So whenever I say sides are congruent, I'm going to be opening up my compass tool open and close, right? And I want to keep that compass open for that particular length because that's going to be my measuring tool. So notice here when we're using construction tools, we don't use a ruler. We use a straight edge. It's called a straight edge. Okay. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and find my compass tool. Okay. I rarely use the circle tool. The compass tool looks like a circle, but it is not the circle tool. So everybody, look at this. I'm going to use my compass tool. So the moment that I click on my compass tool, it starts giving me directions. Choose a segment as the radius. Well, if you look, there's only one segment, so I'd have to choose this guy, right? Good. So look at my circle. This is my circle. This is the radius. They're saying that AB is the radius. It's the radius, right? Does everybody see that? So then it says choose a point to set your circle at. Do you want it to be right here? Or do you want to be it right here? I am going to put it right here just because I landed there. Everybody good? So notice it clicks into place. If you kind of see that faint little point, does everybody see that my faint little point right there? It clicks into place. So I'm going to click here and say boom. Okay. So I need a thumbs up when yours looks like this because I want to make sure that everybody knows what I just did. So I'm going to do it again just so that you guys all see. So which tool am I going to grab? Ooh, everyone sees the tool that I'm going to grab. Which tool should I grab first? What is it called over here? What's the tool that I will grab? Yeah, it's called the compass tool. So in case you don't know, a compass tool, its job is to draw a circle. Its job is to draw a circle. Okay, next it says choose a segment. What are they talking about? Where do I need to click? Where do I click? Yep, just choose AB. Perfect. So now I have this circle. Now where do I put it? You can put it wherever you want, but I'm going to put it here because that's going to be useful to me. So I click here, done. Everybody okay with that? Okay, I need you to repeat the same process except for putting it on point B. I need you to put it on point A. Instead of putting it on point B, I need you to place the compass on point A. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple seconds to do that while I type the title for this video. All right, did you do it? All right, let me anonymize and let me go take a peeky. Okay, very good. Whoever Marigolda Rasa is, perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. Jean Springer, perfect. Argelia, you're gonna just do it one more time. And I think, I'm not sure. Yeah, you want these 2 points to be on top of each other. So just pick him up and move him so that he's clicked onto point B. Do you see how he kind of clicks onto point B? Oh, yours doesn't click onto point B. This is weird. Yours is weird. Hold on, let's see. Your settings, show grid. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not. It should click in. That's pretty good right there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but mine clicks in. I'm curious as to why yours doesn't. I don't know. Did you break the internet? Perhaps. Just kidding. Let's see. Kiran, great. Xing Shen, perfect. Gertrude, beautiful. Grace, lovely. Tapia, perfect. Kodira, all I need you to do is click it in again. I need you to follow that same process over here. Can someone help Florence? Florence did something, but Florence needs to have it fixed. What does Florence need to do with this? Florence needs to fix this. What does Florence need to do? Yeah, she needs to pick up her circle. Like, oops. Oh, you like did this. Okay, she needs to pick up her circle and click it onto A. Like that-ish. Good. You want them to look like this. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, so I think you are all done. Ami, get to work. Let's go. Come on. Chop, chop. All right. Okay, so next. What do you do next, Miss Johnson? Oh, I need to catch up. Sorry. Compass tool, segment, put it down. All right. So does anybody already see my equilateral triangle? Does anybody already see my equilateral triangle? It's not there. You have to imagine it there. Does anybody see it? I'll give you a hint. Here's one of the sides. Where's the other 2 sides? So this is one of those things that you're like, what the heck? She sees a triangle. I don't see a triangle. Yes, very good. Someone said where the circles meet. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the segment tool. Everybody grab the segment tool like this. Boop. And with the segment tool, what it's going to have you do is you're going to click onto one of the points. I'm going to choose A right here. And your classmate said it's where the circles meet. This guy here. Do you see how it kind of clicks in here? Says everybody see that? Now do you see more of the equilateral triangle? Very good. Do you now see it? Okay, finish the equilateral triangle. Finish it. Yeah, very good. Oh no, I'm not going to put it up here. I'm just going to make an equilateral triangle. That's all I want to do. So not down here. If you want to draw it down here, but I would only do one triangle just so it's clear. So just so it's clear, I'm going to take it from B to the intersection, and then now I'm done. Does everybody now see my equilateral triangle? Does everybody see it? Okay. I need you to think, is this actual equilateral, Miss Johnson? Like, is it really equilateral? So I will say yes, and I will prove it to you really quickly. You all told me that all sides had to be congruent. Okay. Do you agree with me that AB is I'm going to put this as C. If you ever want to label a point, you use the select tool like this. You click on whatever you want to select. In this case, I'm going to select the point. I'm going to say, I want to label you, and I want to label you C. Yes. If you want to label it something else because you want to put your name in there, do it. So I'm going to put C up there. Okay. Does everybody see how AB is congruent to AC? Does everybody see why AB could be congruent to AC? I need to write that down. Where do I write this down, Ms. Johnson? Probably your notebook. Okay, let's do that. Oh, do they want us to prove this? Hold on a second. Oh, no, they just want us to construct it. So really quickly, I know that AB is congruent to AC because they're part of the same circle. Does everybody see my orange circle? Does everybody see how AB and AC are radii in the same circle? Well, one of the things that you know about a circle is all the radii are congruent. You're congruent to you, and I can continue drawing points to the edge of the circle. Perfect. So AB is congruent to AC. AB is congruent to AC. But I also know that AB is congruent to BC because they're both part of the green circle. So that must mean that they're all congruent. Does that make sense? So boom, that is my equilateral triangle. Any questions on my equilateral triangle? No, perfect. Let me go grab something real quick.